Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a cold, icy day in South Africa, and with that, we bring you the Predator Winter Slam. And today, for day one qualifiers final, we have Dynamic versus Online Kingdom. Goals, what say you?
Another epic introduction once again, Tools, and that is correct. We are sitting here at the Predator Winter Slam, and it is the grand finals of day one. And I must be honest, I mean, obviously some of these, DNMK definitely one of the favorites to get this deep in the tournament, but I mean, Online Kingdom definitely a surprise here for sure. I mean, they've been memeing for the last month or two for sure, and they've just recently hit the second div, but come out where the qualifier, where tournament or where it matters, and suddenly they show up and they're knocking down some teams on the way too.
Indeed, I mean, they memed their way to the final. I really love their social media presence. It just brings me a chuckle every day. Every day, and yet we see them in the final of the day one qualifier goals. They punch their way right through, and they've made it. And even if they do not win this game, they still net themselves a seed 1 to day 2. So a very impressive performance by them. We saw Sinister 5 getting knocked out there. Congratulations to them, but they obviously get their attempt at this as well. But Dynamic Esports, man, new organization coming about to support the boys. The man, big emphasis on Dynamic. We got lately Heartbreak, Nexus, and Chappie. It's quite a roster.
Yeah, and as you can see, coached as well by BNY, who used to form part of the roster as well. It could be said that this is one of the most up-and-coming rosters of 2020 for sure, and I think that's obviously clearly why they were headhunted and got brought into the fresh new and big MGO in the form of Dynamic Esports. Made a huge entry onto the scene, and their roster is living up to the expectation, I imagine, here in the finals, ready to cement their spot in the Predator Winter Slam finals. But they need to get through Online Kingdom first. They need to beat the meme.
Yeah, and just looking at the vetoes, we saw a DNMK at -2, OK, which is Online Kingdom, taking out Overpass. DNMK actually picking Mirage, so this is their map. They want to be winning it here. You can see them going to the knife run right now. Online Kingdom picking up Inferno, and Dynamic removing Vertigo, OK removing Nuke, and the decider map is Train. My personal favorite goals.
Yep, excited for this for sure. And I mean, what are we expecting to see? I mean, let's take a quick look at how these teams actually both got to where they are, who they upset along the way. You can see that Dynamic obviously just came through Royalty Esports, and that's a big one because that is the team that knocked out Sin 5, as you brought up earlier. And obviously previously to that, they've taken out the XA Criminals, and of course Clutch Kings early in the tournament as well. So a string of decent wins here to get all the way to the finals. And
Indeed. So we're going to just shoot off with the first round of this round 5 final, day 1 final. Let's see what Online Kingdom have for us. They got 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and they're going to just outfit them right now. The casual stage jungle smoke, the flashes are going to activate the push to the choke point, and there we have it. But there's 2 players sitting in ticket. I like the setup by Dynamic Esports. They're going to the jungle smoke. This is brilliant. Something teams don't actually realize, but they're caught between the spider's web over here. They need to make their way through the situation.
Yeah, and you could just see that aggression in the middle, in the early stages of the round, allows them to have this deep kind of positioned CT defense, and ultimately they make it look easy. A bunch of the T's push through the smoke there, and the man swiftly able to get not only one headshot, but reposition completely and cause that flank to become an issue, which was supposed to be a kind of position of advantage there, and ultimately Dynamic just deal with it very well.
Yeah, indeed. The man being a bit selfish there. Come on, give them a whole team ace. Chappie, surely speak to your boy there. But yeah, I did like the spanner they threw Online Kingdom. But for me, if you're going to throw a spanner, just make sure you throw them in the right places. They're going through that smoke. He just ran into blunders of bullets there, and it didn't work out for them. But they're going to go for a decoy right now. And they're already losing numbers. Woo! The man picking up a kill, traded up by sheer effective immediately.
Yep, nice little double step or triple step there towards middle, just looking for that trade frag, and they managed to get it. So now it's a 4v4 scenario. You would always favor getting that pick originally as T, but remember they do have the slightly weakened weaponry, and this is the flank. Heartbreak.
Oh man, he really is doing some damage at Heartbreak with the MP7. He's definitely going to pick up some money over here. That nade almost betrayed him. He has to reload. There's 2 players on his heels, gets traded out. This is not too bad from Online Kingdom so far, looking at the investment they brought into this round. Just the deco bar, they've already got 2 players from Dynamic Esports. We see Nexus is going to be looking information top middle. He's going to find it as well as the bomb there. He's going to just call that out to his teammates. You can really see on the mini-map, they're all surging towards that bomb. One player left on sheer. This is a bit too much to ask, goals.
Yeah, beautiful reposition there from Nexus as well. He knows what he needs to do to get the job done, and he does it superbly. Only 2 losses there on the side of Dynamic. You would like to keep it just pretty much limited at that too. Otherwise, it's a bit of a rough or more expensive round. So they managed to secure even further economy going to the next round. But this is the buy from the Tease Tools. Full AK-47 and util purchase here.
Yep, this is the meaty part of the game. I like my gun rounds. And let's see what they have in store for us. An opener scout there, and lately in Heartbreak. They're going to do a little play in lowers. I do like this, but it's the way they get out of that situation if they do take contact. You can see Online Kingdom grouping up towards the A ramp. It looks like they will be doing an A exit. It's just based on timing as to when. We do see lately manning that A site with the scout. He's going to get smoked off here. So the smokes have been deployed. There's a gap in the CT smoke, so lately he's going to abuse that space, but they're maneuvering themselves quite nicely around the smoke. Heartbreak is just going to get that first opening kill and fall back. The T's are in the site. There's chaos ensuing over here. Lately, he's only got to scout. The man is just spamming through the smoke, and that's 3 men left for Online Kingdom. DNMK starting off this round quite well. Rig, he really needed that kill goals.
Yeah, he needed to make that flank a little bit more impactful. And right now, again, Dynamic just playing this retake to perfection. They've got 2 kills on the entry, and finally, okay, kind of respond and quick kills, trading back and forth. And finally, it's 2v1. It's up to Ruben, but no, the man clutches it out and gets the frag. So another round on the board here for Dynamic Esports.
Not too bad. They've only lost 3 members and they won the round. Online Kingdom, they did well to get the bomb down and do a bit of damage, but again, they're 3-0 down. They need an answer, and they don't need it quite soon. Once you get around that 6-7 loss mark, I personally like to see some tack pauses being called out, and nothing comes of it just yet. Round 4 on the board for us, goals. Heartbreak seems to be the main opener for this team. I didn't really realize that till now. Flash not too effective. He's going to pick up the first kill and falls, who for me was doing quite well for Online Kingdom in the semi-final. I haven't really seen him on the servers on the FPLs just yet. So
he's not even on Twitter.
He's not even on Twitter? God damn!
I believe so. I don't believe so. But I mean, that said, still have to be somewhat of a player to make it all the way to this final. And
I like it. I mean, imagine you get this mysterious player who just literally destroys everybody, but no one can contact him. He's dark on the socials, and he only speaks to his teammates. How do you actually market a player like that? How do you explain someone who's just a mysterious dark hole?
Well, I mean, then you would kind of be describing the counter to Batman, and we don't want to just give that away willy-nilly on the stream here. But back into the game. Beautiful shot there.
I like it. I like it. Kanana. I played with him actually earlier yesterday. Not bad at the game. I like to see up-and-coming players just shine right through.
I think this is the kind of goal of this tournament, really, is to find out, out of the well-recognized and more established teams and players, who is the next and up-and-coming that can challenge them. But we have this BXZ coming in. Chappie is just dealing with it swiftly. There's a bit of a broken buy, though, so not too much is expected, but that triple kill is definitely more than enough. But she is in a 1v2 position here, Tools.
She's doing well to get the bomb down, but Heartbreak is going to deny them of it. He got off the bomb here.
Yeah.
Money! The team needed money! But they got enough. I'm always thinking ahead, right? So you get the bomb down, that's extra money for the later rounds. I know they can buy now, but if they lose this, they still have a bit of pocket change to work with. A coin dropping out their pockets, goals.
Yeah, I think that he kind of weighted up one step further in the form of if he took that duel and won it, he potentially could have won the round. It felt like he was a bit closer than he actually was, but ultimately, yeah, it doesn't get the bang for his team. And considering they were saving, I do think it was the better decision. But mid control is the name of the game here for Online Kingdom. They did set up for AXX in the past, so it's the first time they're establishing this kind of mid-control. They take a peek in connector. Again, Flash doesn't hit the corner, and Heartbreak able to convert that kill.
That's the problem with the pop flash going into connect. It doesn't really catch AWPers holding these tight angles, and you often would see the top con smoke before that flashbang, but Heartbreak is controlling connector and jungle quite well at the moment. He has support in the form of Nexus, so He's not stressing too much. Oh, we can already see the man flanking in spawn, so all the information should be called out that they're leaning towards B, or they're going to hit B eventually. They're going to do maybe a contact play here, Online Kingdom. They have all the utility to work with, but they don't want to give away the information and try to catch them with that element of surprise. I would have liked the man to actually flank up a B, but this is okay.
Yeah, Jig is up, and Nexus, 2 quick frags, but traded out by Falls finally, and they are going to be allowed entrance into the site. But the support is here. They should be aware that this hit is taking place, and again, it is all up to Falls here. 1v4 scenario. He's got that AWP, and if anything, I think he wants to get away with it, but the man says no.
Strong start, strong frags, and strong counter-strike by DNMK Esports so far. I really do like how teams dominate their own map pick, and it should be a given, although things online do change. Scenario and the factors here and there. Small investment coming out of Online Kingdom, bits and pieces of utility.
Again, kind of that eco round here, just a couple of pistols. Gonna try just throw some diversion smokes, but the B hit is coming through. Nice Molly put down there by Chappies. He's aware of it coming through. They do kind of commit through it. They throw smoke onto the Molly, and the display is burning, but oh, he gets team killed by Chappie. Chappie gets another for his troubles. It is a 3v3. Players are on the side, but they've taken so much damage. Retake should be a bit easier, but they would be able to claim those guns, and there the man chimes in with the grenade, and now it's all up to Rigwell, who just goes down, and Ruben is only left. And again, it is the AWP that opened up the rounds previous that closes this one to 6-0 here for DNMK Esports over Online Kingdom.
This is nice. This is nice. I really do like that counter utility coming out of DNMK Esports to either slow down the bomb plant or stop it completely, and the goal was achieved there, but Online Kingdom need to answer back with the round of their own. They have all the utility they need except on full. Here's the AWP on him. Nexus, prod and probe, and right now he's going to take control of upper B, call it to the defense. He's just going to lean towards that A site. We already see majority of them grouping up on that A site. Falls does take a shot, but nothing comes of it. Oh, Nexus. In the back. In the back.
Yeah, again, I feel like the all presence that was established here from DNMK through Heartbreak in the beginning has definitely added some pressure, and ultimately their kind of aggression is being unpunished as well because of it. So again, we just see this breach getting picked apart here as DNMK just play around each other and the angles of that A bomb site, and again, just pick it apart. And just as quick as we started 7-0 now, and perhaps this is the time where that pause needs to come in and kind of address, what the general approach is on these gun rounds.
I mean, the pressure is on Online Kingdom. Not only are they the underdogs in this matchup, but right now they're taking a beating 7-0. So attack pools will just calm the nerves down and just allow players to think through of solutions to the problems they're incurring right now. Heartbreak, they're just giving him so much space on that A start to pivot and turn, hit them AWP shots, and he's not seem to be missing right now. Nexus gets traded out in Cat, but this seems to be the B hit. They're looking quite hard right now. Rig is going to take contact. Chappie's hitting it.
Beautiful combat play
right there. Yeah, the Tech 9 is back. The Tech 9's back, boys and girls. It's back. And now it's a post plant. This is kind of the round they needed. The back off nothing. They're little to no utility, weaponry to work with, but they punch a hole through this B defense, but the retake is on. They have the money to do so, DNMK.
Oh, the man goes wild. He just jumps out of the exits of the kitchen, and the support comes in the form of Heartbreak, but quick peeks come out of Online Kingdom, and they neutralize both threats, and now it is all up to Lately. He is coming from that apps angle. They should be aware of where he's coming from, but Ruben swiftly deals with him and puts a bullet in his skull, and Online Kingdom replied. It was off a burst play on B. Not really anything too intense, but they just caught the B players unawares and not giving enough time, or giving the time they've generally given DNMK to get in behind them and to get behind enemy lines and get that info. So brilliant response there from Online Kingdom.
It just felt like that quite an easy time going up Cat there, Online Kingdom, to pick up that kill on Nexus. Heartbreak is going to just stop that smoke from blooming quite perfectly there. Middle aggression coming up at DNMK, and they destroy the A-prong. The mid attack, excuse me. Flash coming out of Heartbreak right now, but there's no one in middle. The bomb's stuck in spawn, and there's 2 players the left versus 4 players Lately. Maybe this is going to be too easy for him. Yeah, indeed it is. It's just so hard coming out of A-ramp to clear all those angles. Now it's sheer. He's all alone, no one to help him, no one to speak to. Everyone is just dead but him. He has the bomb and the clock to work with at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, just to chalk up that round, kind of boils down to just as my words were going cold about their aggression not having success, they just bring the most aggressive play out of the playbook. Page 75 textbook stuff really. Heartbreak just demolishes or gets rid of that smoke, or negates the smoke, allowing him to AWP the angle and cover while his teammates get close, and as well just supports them with a beautiful flash, and it allows the triple peak. They commit to it, and they get the results tools, and ultimately the aggression pays off.
Yeah, pays off indeed. Sure. The smart choice here goes, the wise choice, the choice that is very hard to make, is saving this round from Sure. Just looking at the team's economy, looking at they've only won one round and they're about to get reset, right? So it's going to be pretty tough on them financially. Moving on to the next round and the round after.
Yep, he takes a peek, but doesn't look like he has any intention of saving. Does come close and getting an isolated Jules, and eventually Nexus is going to deal with him. But yeah, 8-1 now, and pressure on the T side economy indeed. Around 4K sitting on most of the players. They don't have much to work with. You can see they are buying, though. They are going to commit to this round, and it's definitely going to be a weekend buy at that. Yeah.
It's kind of what I tried to allude to by him saving the gun in the previous round. At least they can all buy, but they're short on, a few mollies and 2 players, a flash here and there, but it's something they can work with. I've seen more with less goals, so it's okay. 3-man take from DNMK and A ramp, so middle's quite open, but little do they know, Online Kingdom. It seems they're going for the slow approach in some rounds, the 2-3 split, but like you see right now, Heartbreak is just picking them apart with the AWP. They're going to try their hand at lows, but let's see how it works out.
Yeah, I just think that Heartbreak is really, really opening things up here for DNMK, and he's just holding those perfect, pinpoint kind of angles where the absolute certain or the absolute, proper flash needs to be thrown in order to negate that angle, and the support that Heartbreak is having from his teammates. There we go. He gets actually picked after the aggression on mid.
Yeah, it's the problem with leaving middle wide open. You lose all the information and you kind of lose track on where they could be. And when you look at the timing in the round, you kind of have to use that to assume where they can and cannot be. And jungle's, of course, for me, a spot that you have to be careful for. Falls. He's going to push through the smoke of here, but when Wiser to it, Kanana is going to trade it out on that A side. There's a player sitting in Palace, so he's the danger man. He's the man we're going to look at right now. The rotation is coming from CT spawn and the long flank through T spawn. It is a 3v3 lately from Palace. Strikes now, but Kanana trades them out again. He has 2 kills so far, but on 8 HP. Rig, he needs to be activated right now. He needs to be the man they need to clutch out this round.
Yeah, and both players seem to be pretty occupied with the play in CT spawn. That's going to give Chappie the gap that he needs, and now it is all up to the Rig. He needs to go big, as you mentioned, Tools, and right now he's pinned down in towards that stairs area. Does spot the first play. He's able to get him. Nexus is low as well. He plays the stairs. Nexus is coming up, and he clutches it. Rigwell goes huge. You said he needed to go big, and he does. He gets the second round, doubles the score of Online Kingdom, 8-2 here on their T campaign.
My man. I like to see this. It's making the game at least more competitive for us, for the viewers to enjoy on this cold, icy day. So I hope you guys have got your kettles boiled and your popcorn popped, because this seems like it's going to be interesting. They've eventually forced them down to an eco dynamic, just upgraded pistols and body armor on a few. Mid control comes out from Online Kingdom. The usual protocol, top, middle, smoke, con molly. And then you settle a little. Oh my god, the underground push here. He smells some rats and he takes them both out. That's how you secure the third round. Make sure you lose nothing versus the ecos. Ruben gets his duel and wins a headshot first lately in A ramp. So things are looking good. Smooth sailing so far from Online Kingdom.
Yep, first kind of anti-eco round they've had to deal with, and they deal with it superbly. No frags lost, no money lost. They're able to build a little bit of economy here as they string some rounds together. So definitely a good response here from Online Kingdom. And despite the score being 8-2, you could just see with obviously the CT's buy and their economy, you could check that it was a bit closer than, the scoreline kind of reflects. And Online Kingdom needed to convert this round, and it looks like they're well on their way in doing so.
Indeed, Counter-Strike is the game of 2 halves, so recovery mode has been activated by Online Kingdom so far. For me, DNMK, looking at the economic situation, it isn't too bad, considering they got 8 rounds on the board, but they definitely would like a few more, looking at how the earlier ends of this game started out. No one's picking up, they picked up 7 in a row, then they lost one, so they want to get back to their winning ways, but Online Kingdom have sharpened their teeth. I'm looking for more. I gotta say, for me, the man is sort of the power player or the playmaker or the impact player for Dynamic. Heartbreak with the AWP. I haven't seen much of Nexus, but he's one of those up-and-coming players lately as well, Chappie. He's been around a lot. I think he might be the IGL of that team, the brains of the team. Need to dig a bit deeper on them. But stock standard default coming out of Online Kingdom with the mid-take.
They take this aggression head on, and they've got the splashes to boot. They end up getting only one frag through the CTs with that mid-aggression, but Online Kingdom managed to deal with it, have the proper util in place, and deal with the weakened weaponry of their opponents lately with their super aggressive shotgun frag. Love to see him a little bit of bonus economy and a rifle picked up for his troubles. Another kill for Chappie as well. This puts Online Kingdom in a bit of a precarious position considering the advantage they had at the start of this round, Tools.
Yeah, I mean, Full sitting on 3 HP. Going to be quite tough, but there's no armor on Chappie as well. There's no kits on Dynamic, so I think they should just go for a little shopping trip, pick up all those guns, pick up the smokes, the molotovs, and fight another day. But it seems like they're going to be going for it. Okay, I respect this. I can respect this. I think lately, yeah, they made the right choice. They're doubling back goals. They're doubling back. Having those AKs on the CT side, power, man, pure power.
Yep, definitely something that you would take advantage of. Becomes a really, really strong gun when you actually just have to sit and hold an angle. More so than the M4 at least, but another round on the board now. Online Kingdom with 4, and I think if they get another round or 2, they'll be quite chuffed with their half and the recovery they've made so far.
I agree. And if they can just, supplement the economy a little, if they get 2 more rounds unscathed or surviving with 3 players, things are looking a lot better for them. 3 rounds left for the half. Quite an early smoke. This looks like a bulk burst coming out of Online Kingdom, or up to lately. He's the man to watch at the moment. He's blind. He's sitting behind triple in the out bulk. They're spamming him down. Bish, bash, bosh. They finally take it, and they're going to set up their first one in CT. But the man in the hair, so sticky, so nimble in that smoke.
Yeah,
you can see on their side. Bomb is planted. Goals 3v4.
Yeah, and they're going to get aggressive here and try and get some sort of control. They don't really have many positions covered. All 3 players locked in that CT position, and another player playing passive on the sides as well. So they need to make a play there. They need to make something work. But right now, CTs are starting to get their retake together, and that's the frag that they wanted. That's going to force the retreat out of the CTs. But will they let them save is the question. Both quickly and hurriedly make their way to lowers, and they're out of it. So a great exec into a great hold there. I like the play towards CT. Good decision making. The man able to get a frag or 2 as he pushes through that smoke, but just not enough. Not able to hang on is the defense of Dynamic Esports, and 5 rounds on the board for OK.
Yeah, I mean, he did so much damage. Looking at the HP at Online Kingdom, 2 players sitting on red, in fact, and obviously it couldn't be known to Dynamic. Much of the players are rotating in, but I really do love the fast-paced play for Online Kingdom. But what I do like more than that was they knew exactly where to set up their post plant. The new CT spawn was the way they're going to be going about it. That smoke was perfect placed by them, and it just made it a lot harder for Dynamic to get back into that round, just to set up their retake efficiently and properly. That no real access to that site. But at least they're able to come out with their buy 7. Those guns were super important goals.
Yeah, and it kind of allows for them to get this dual AWP setup going. First time of the half as well. Since they started so well, they haven't really had the economy to support it, but now they find themselves with the double AWP.
Yeah, just looking at the kill feature, the man sitting on 16 kills, 14 kills on Heartbreak, 10 kills on Nexus lately, sitting on 5, Chappie sitting on 5, and on the side of Online Kingdom, Ruben 7, Rig 7, 9 on Kanene, Sheer sitting on 7 himself, and Fall sitting on 3. He's the AWPer for that team, and I haven't really seen him hold that gun much in this matchup so far in Mirage, and this is one of the maps that complement the gun in itself with the long-range angles. The man, smells Falls, takes him out with the FAMAS. Not the strongest rifle, but it does the job. He gets a second. Oh, Nexus, and lately adding to the tally, 1 man left in the form of Ruben. He's going to walk out the smoke, and he best the man. Gets a second, in fact. There's some space. Whoa! A triple! But Heartbreak breaks into pieces. Comes in just at the right time, at the right place. to stop the bleed.
I was about to say I was really enjoying the flow of the play there from Online Kingdom. They started off with the B fake, turned it into like a mid control as their B players moved towards lowers, and it literally made the man push and prod for information. They just needed to not give him the frags or pick him off, and the strat would have worked beautifully. But the man, that's the kind of element that he brings to the table in a team like DNMK Esports. He's unpredictable. He's definitely got the aim and the prowess to convert that, so it makes it hard for them. But back to the round, mid control is the name of the game here. Nexus is playing a bit closer towards Cat.
It's closer towards Cat. There's 3 players sitting around of him. The flop flash is perfect! Kanene punishes it. The man definitely would have wanted more support or an extra flash while he takes that fight, but just was alluding to in the previous round by Online Kingdom, the strategy that we're trying to implement was a bit too complex, hence there were more variables. Ruben just... all right. Lately, clearly he doesn't see smokes. He only sees opportunity. I stole that from Nix. I really do like that quote. I really do like it. But down to a 3v5, Dynamic need to get back into this round. It is the last. But to go for the frags. Go for the stats, my man. B-flash. This is coming about and it's a fake. It's a ruse. The rotations are even coming in hot and heavy. He takes out the first, but that should be information to the rotation to go back towards that A site. Ruben has taken the site, but little does he know there's a person in CT spawn in the form of Heartbreak, and you got to be aware to that. For me, it's the first place I kind of got to look, and Murder Hole, it's that name for a reason, Chappie.
Yeah, they definitely got in between the defense there. Chappie unaware of their position. Heartbreak able to hold that city spawn, but it's not enough. They are finding themselves here, pushing through the Murder Hole again, and 9-6 now, and Dynamic with the super strong half, but just as strong as they started. Online Kingdom finished it, but I reckon pretty even. Both teams happy about their half here.
I would be happy for Online Kingdom if I was them, considering how this half started out, this Mirage map started out, and knowing that it's not their map pick, they should be happy with 6. So if they can just return the favor on the CT side. A lot of people would say it's the CT started map, but personally speaking, I don't think this is a specific side. It's just, 1, how the players are playing on the day, and 2, it's momentum based in the sense that if you keep finding gaps, you're going to keep exploiting them on both sides. P250, Raid Boss, and the man, he has no armor, so he's a bit squishy.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he needs any protection. He'll take all of the jewels all of the day. So he's able to spot that player towards that window, creates that presence. But now the A hit is coming in. Falls unable to. He does. He connects the bomber. Ruben comes in for support. And finally the angle is blocked off with smoke. Chappie lands a frag with that P250 as well. He's a 3v4 scenario here. Bomb is going to have some trouble going down, Tools.
Yeah, Heartbreak is a bit hesitant to put down that bomb. I felt like he kind of needed to because it was just a spam, but he's going to look for kills. He's going to pick one up, and then he's going to put the bomb down. But the problem is the smoke's going to dissipate, but they're planting for con, so small little
Beautiful
adjustment, and I like it. The retake does commence. They need to find that kit in the smoke, Online Kingdom. If it was bought, it's actually sitting by con. So this retake becomes even harder for them. Sheer, just creating some presence there. Connector. There's 2 players sitting in con for both teams, and 1 player each. And spawn Heartbreak with a lovely fadeaway headshot there into Rick, and now the battle commences in Connector. Sheer does pick up a kill on Chappie. Now it's down to the man on Heartbreak, but look at the man, he's flanking them, he's on their 6, picks up a headshot on Sheer, and Heartbreak tuck in the corner. He does eventually get the headshot. Don't tuck in the corner.
Another huge round there for Heartbreak, getting multiple frags, making himself absolutely huge. Not only did he kind of facilitate that entry frag into the site and kind of got the bomb down, but he also just made himself so big and waste so much time on the CTs. They felt pressured, and he ultimately closes down the round and puts the pistol on the board for DNMK.
Yeah, that's why I just want to note a little tip for players. If you're going to be playing retake in that A side, try keep that kit near or rotating through CT spawn, because if it drops down in a place like con, it just makes it a lot harder. It makes your whole team just stress a little bit more. But the force buy does come out of Online Kingdom. 2 scouts, upgraded pistols. The smoke spam lately actually loses that altercation despite him surviving, so it's a good little win. You got to take these small victories right now if you're Online Kingdom. It's what matters the most.
Yeah, I just don't know how aware they are of that small victory in that HP, but at least lately able to get out there and still have an impact in this round. Rick.
Oh, Heartbreak, all the dink, but no dong. And Palace. It's going to be a mid-split goals. An A-split indeed. Just looking at the positioning on the minimap.
Oh, little pistol headshot there coming out of Heartbreak, just making big use there of the no head armor. Chappie makes himself big here towards Cat as well, picks up the rotator, and that leaves all 3 CT players about to burst here on CT spawn, but it looks like Dynamic are expecting something of the sort.
Oh, he's gonna hold Mouse 1. He's gonna go shopping MP5, MP9, whatever. That gun just gives you money. And I'm a big fan of money, girls.
Yeah, and this should actually allow him to get a bit more. They do put him on a little bit of low HP, but lately gonna elect to kind of play it defensive. Doesn't want to lose everything that he has. Good play. Nice to see composure here in this grand final, but another round goes the way of Dynamic Esports. 11 on the board here as they take the 2 first rounds of the second half, Tools.
Yeah, from Online Kingdom, I'm thinking, now what? How do we get back into this half? What are the ways? What are the strategies we got to implement? And for me, that's how you're going to be thinking. This round is kind of a round you want to throw away. Try to collect 2 guns, maybe. Try to get the galleys, not the Mac-10 and the MP7. But that's how you're going to be thinking. You can see majority of them are leaning towards cat pop flash, but no one's home in middle. The man in waiting arms for these squishy CTs. They got no armor but USPs and a dream goals. But the B hit is in effect right now. It's going to be an empty site. It's going to be a free plant. And right now, DMK, what they're thinking for them is like, okay, cool, let's send the Max in and the MP7 and get those kills. Surely a free kill by now. Oh, I would have loved if you attempted to get that gun, even though it was a bit risky. But in these rounds, you got to risk everything you can. Heartbreak just tapping away with that Mac 10. And like I said, this is quite an easy round for Dynamic Esports.
Yeah, and they spotted the last player as well, and that's more cash in the bank for the player that wields the most expensive gun on the server. So he's going to be happy with that as he moves his kill tally to 24 frags alongside his fellow performing man in The Man, 20 frags of his own as well. So stellar performance there from the Danger Man that you pointed out at the start of this game, Tools.
Yeah. This is the gun rank goals. Let's see what Online Kingdom can do. They got an AVP, they got 4 rifles, they got 1 kit, they got utility. Game is on. Oh, this is an A burst right now. 2 players coming out of the palace there. Rick picks them up. And Connector and Falls is doing the Lord's work with their treble. 1 more player left in the form of the man, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets taken up, Ashia. Clean round. Only 1 died from Online Kingdom. So that bolsters the economy just a little bit more. Allows them to have that cushion, that foundation moving forward.
Yeah, huge change of pace there from Dynamic Esports, and it looked a little bit too close for comfort, but eventually Online Kingdom able to deal with it well and put around on the board on their CT campaign, and that's going to allow them to get back into this half in terms of economy. Puts quite a bit of pressure in return on the economy of DNMK, and you can see they have fully purchased up AK-47s, but after this round they perhaps might get left wanting. But that said,
yeah, the differences with Dynamic, at least the rounds that they're losing, or the rounds that they can lose, etc., they're getting the... No, that's a lie. There's no bomb down. They're just straight up beating them with their rifles. That's what they're doing right now. But if they can get the bomb down this round, it should supplement the economy further and be able to buy if they do so lose this round. But Online Kingdom, looking poised as ever. 2-1-2 setup on that CT side. Retaining their utility for counter util if the exec does come from Dynamic. But this is, for me, in a sense, a perfect time to burst if you are them. Quite passive from Online Kingdom. A play in CT and a play in Con. Good crossfires coming in about. They are playing for the retake, but the lurker and Con, that's a smoke, Ruben! Respect it! But the A side has fallen right now. And lately, flank coming out of Connector over there. He did his job quite well, but he needs to be aware of the CT flank at the moment. But no one's quite there. The bomb's about to go down. Heartbreak takes out. He gets another through a smoke. What is smoke even?
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind right now. And good. I mean, they saw players boosting earlier, I guess, in the half, so kind of expected that to happen. And Heartbreak got to deliver those shots, and he does. And again, just bringing multiple frags into a round and just turning it completely. Like, despite losing the site there at the start, it looked pretty good for Online Kingdom, but ultimately just that prowess in Heartbreak just destroys the defenses, and ultimately a lot of pressure now getting put onto this Online Kingdom economy.
Yeah, that hurts. Lately, getting those 2 kills really hurt them financially.
Yeah, perfect job done there. I mean, that's exactly what you expect out of your lurker, or out of, that role specifically, and he delivers.
Now just look at this wishy-washy buy coming out Online Kingdom, and it's just a sign of desperation. So aren't they even spot a player going as low as the man's going to hunt him down and brings him to his demise? Mid-control has already been established at such a fast pace. Connor Smokes, they have that sort of presence at the moment, Online Kingdom, but it gets taken down by Chappie. Wiser to it, aware of the shenanigans coming out of Online Kingdom. He even gets himself a second on cap. One more player in B. If he gets this kill, for me, it just sort of concludes how this game is going and how this game is going to be moving forward. It just feels like Online Kingdom don't really have a solid CT side. It's getting peeked and prod by every angle. The A anchor dies, the B anchor dies, the rotation in middle doesn't really stand tall.
Yeah,
it's tough all round.
Not only that, but I mean, the teams are just in such aggressive positions without them aware of it as well. I mean, you know, that flank or that position in window wasn't even utilized, and that's how much of an aggressive stance Dynamic have taken. And again, just aggressive, running out straight up A ramp, a couple of flashes, but Heartbreak is going all towards. He's going to be pushing, gets the spot onto CT quickly. He has to focus somewhere else, but going to be able to deal with this threat. Oh, he doesn't, but he does nonetheless, and that is all up to Sheer. Nothing but a 5-7. But again, nothing in that round, nothing really invested, but that puts Dynamic Esports on match point in map 1.
Surely at this point, you got to be, as the team giving Heartbreak that dirty 30. I mean, you're so far ahead, you can't really be stressing about winning or losing at this point. Just stat padding.
Yeah,
just stat padding. Although the double AWP has finally come out from Online Kingdom, let's see if this will make an impact. Let's see if it will help them out and stop the bleed coming out of them, because they're leaking rounds left, right, and center. Ruben finally coming to the table with the kill of his own. He is sitting at the top frag there for Online Kingdom with 14, but it's not enough. He needs more.
Yeah, really wanted to see some sort of aggression or some sort of map control being gained by Online Kingdom, and they choose the cat peak with that AWP, and it pays dividends. So another frag goes the way in connector by Rigwell. He forces the molly and forces their out of lately as well. 5v3 now, 5v2 actually, and yeah, I mean, great response here from OK. It seems like the answer is that a dual AWP presence with some aggression.
It's again this is one of the maps that actually cater towards the AWP with the long angles. Either you can put it on ticket, you can put it on cat, you can put it on in middle, even up at B. It's gonna make it a lot harder for the terrorists to breach the choke point. They'll have to expend a bit more utility, which gives away sound cues, which gives away information and enables rotations to be a lot quicker. But Rig, he's gonna try to finish off strong as he started. All right. Good way to finish off the round with the kill through a smoke. Gets 3 kills for his efforts that round. Not too bad, not too bad. So if they can sort of, it's hard because the first step is shipping down the economy of Dynamic, right? You got to force them to eco to get back into this. And even so, after that, you got to figure out a way to throw another spanner at them, because they're gonna be woken up. They're gonna be wise that they have a double AWP system, so they're gonna be obviously changing up their tactics. So it's kind of mind games in that sense.
Yeah, it's like they need to string the perfect kind of strategic elements together while making absolutely no mistakes, because they only have 1 round to work with. 1 more round and Dynamic take this map. So you can just see again, like the first few rounds from Dynamic, super aggressive, and rightfully so. They've just been dominating this half. So you can see after they lost that gun round, they've taken it a bit slower and resorted to like a default play, spreading across the map. And
yeah, the smoke from Heartbreak, it makes the CT's lives a lot harder, because you lose information in A ramps. Therefore, you kind of have to ask for help or lean defense towards there. As you can see, 3 players sort of towards that A side. They are going to be playing for retake. Falls, spots the gap, takes out Heartbreak. The Loke is gone. But the half exec does come out eventually. CT isn't being smoked. I do like this. It just limits Falls' impact. He's getting spammed through boxes. Where's his teammates getting taken up a headshot from Lately, but he picks up another? How? Lately jumps through the stairs, smoke. Nobody expects that.
High risk and high reward, and we see the other end of that as Chappie decides to take that peek towards CT. This is a 2v3 scenario now for Dynamic. They do have the bomb down. They've got somewhat of a crossfire there towards Bulk and towards Sandwich, but are looking for another pick. Lately gets it. And now retake happens, and Lately gets another. The man closes it down, and just as fast as it looked like they were making a comeback, Dynamic say no, and they establish their dominance here in the first grand final.